Welcome back to BK Nothing But Nets podcast. I am joined with my co-host Dylan from Nets Press. I take
I was going to say, yeah, your mic's cutting out a little bit, but welcome back, everybody. Um, another rough watch. This has been very, very disappointing to say the least. I watched the first 3.5 quarters. I stopped watching after like the 5 minute mark of the fourth quarter. Um, I'm not trying to stat watch, but overall, throughout the entirety of the game, again, clear signs of just lack of improvement. I get it; it's their third professional game, but um, I put it out on Twitter, I think at the start of the fourth quarter, maybe the end of the third quarter. And it was like, does it feel like the Nets are the only team that hasn't had a standout performer yet? Like it's very disappointing to say the least. And a lot of this, again, is just a lot of us had the expectation of a trade up. A lot of us had the expectation of certain players at certain positions, and none of it went our way. So the frustration's starting to definitely get there. I'm trying to stay as positive as possible here. But Nolan Traore, horrible game. Finished 2 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. He shot 1 of 8 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3. That also came along with 1 turnover, so not bad whatsoever in that department. But 19 minutes played and finishing 1 of 8 from the field, not a great look. He had gotten by his defenders a lot. And one thing that I put out on Twitter as well, because I like to kind of provide updates to the game from what I'm seeing. And one thing that I noticed was he is beating his defenders with ease to open up the games or to open up the possessions. And one thing I've noticed is he's not looking to shoot a mid-range at all. He's getting 2 to 3 feet of separation after blowing by a defender, and he's still eyeing a contested layup every single time. I really don't like that. He needs to develop some form of shot, whether that be the mid-range or the 3. But overall, he's beating defenders with ease. So if he can figure out some form of confidence in shooting a mid-range shot and knocking those down at like a 45 to 55% clip, that would be huge for his offensive upside. Saraf looked a little bit better. The first quarter, he definitely looked good. I think after the first quarter, he only made 1 basket afterwards. He finished 4 of 13, which, again, not great. Some questionable turnovers here and there as well. He had 2, but finished with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals with a block. Definitely filled up the stat sheet much better than he has previously. And Brian Lewis, breaking news, just reported Ben Saraf and Nolan Traore both will sit out tomorrow due to it being a back-to-back. So we'll get to see Yegor and Danny Wolf as the primary rookies tomorrow. But Gary, your mic working? You're good?
Yeah, it should be good. Should be good.
Yeah, I didn't want to ramble too much, but what were your thoughts on the game? I mean, I gave my thoughts. This was rough to watch again.
It's rough to watch because you want your rookies to dominate the way that Tyler Kleck dominated in the first half of the Knicks. Like, he looks like the best player in the court. So if you're the best player on that court,
we allowed him to score 25. He had 17 early in the second quarter. So Marjan Beecham finished with 25 as well.
In my sport, in boxing, there's like levels, right? And if you're at one level and you're not blowing these guys away, you're probably not going to make it as you go up in levels. Like, and it to me, like, I see things in guys. Like, I see Saraf, he's got a little craftiness around the basket. Traore is lightning quick. He can get past people. He can cross you and blow past you. Mm-hmm. He's the quickest guy on the court. But then he can't finish at the hole. So part of me is saying, okay, is it just a matter of time, or these guys just raw? That's like, one side. The other side is no one is dominating. If you can't dominate these guys,
how are you going to do in the NBA? Yeah. It's scary right now. But the one thing I will say too is we're also forgetting that we chose 2 international players. These guys have been playing all year long, so they could be a bit burnout. I'm not giving them an excuse, but maybe with a full training camp over the summer and then a full preseason, maybe we'll start to see some form of improvements. It's definitely underwhelming, though, what we've seen so far in Summer League from every rookie, even Yegor. But, yeah, I mean, Saraf at least showed some form of offensive ability today. It was a much better game for him, though the efficiency was really bad. he plays at his own pace, right? And I think that's something that a lot of people were noticing. He does not speed up his game to anybody. He does not slow his game down to anybody. Whatever the pace of offense he wants to play with, he sticks with. And that's pretty intriguing coming from a guy of his size with the combo guard skills that he has. It's definitely something that could be, I won't say special, but could be reliable as a rotational piece. Again, I don't see him as a long-term starter, star, or anything. He's more of a rotational guy at best. But overall, it was definitely a much better sight to watch offensively on his end, at least for the first half of the game. The second half was pretty rough again.
I wanted to bring up a couple of guys. Grant Nelson, he was supposed to be a great size that he could have gotten drafted. This is a great pickup. This is a guy that can make your roster. This is an NBA player. I don't see any of those things. Am I missing something on Grant Nelson?
No, I said it earlier in the game as well. There was a couple of bonehead turnovers that he had committed. He had 4 turnovers in this game, multiple times where he got absolutely cooked on the perimeter by Tyler Kolek, Marjon Beacham. There was a couple of instances where he looked really bad defensively. A couple of missed layup opportunities as well. I think, he finished 3 or 4 from the field. So there was the one, he missed a 3, and that was a wide open corner shot. But who am I thinking of that missed the layup? Oh, it was Traore that missed the layup. That was wide open.
He's got a knack for missing layups. He was 1 for 8 today, and they were all seemingly at the baskets. Like, put them in, man. Can put those in.
I know. But yeah, it's tough. I don't think Nelson earned his way into a two-way spot. I think we won't be seeing him much longer. He may just straight up sign with the Long Island Nets, but I don't think he's going to get the two-way spot. A guy that I am looking at, though, for that two-way spot, 26-year-old undrafted rookie a couple of years ago, Caleb Daniels, had a
my guy. I've been high on him. I said
performance.
He's got no – I saw him the first game, and he was just hounding people on defense. Yeah. I'm like, I like this guy. To me, it's like he's 26, so he's close to a finished product. And that's the finished product. Now, him and Drew Timme are the best guys on the court for the Nets. So,
yeah, I was going to say they are. Daniels finished with the best plus minus. He was a plus 11. He finished with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 assists. He shot 54.5% from the field on 11 attempts, 2 of 5 from 3, which is 40%. And he also finished 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So, really good splits. I think he's definitely earned his way into that two-way spot. There is one left. I wouldn't be surprised if it's given to him as of right now.
We should bring Amari Bailey back. That's what we should do.
We should. I don't even know what we should do. It's gonna be a rough season. Like, genuinely, this could duplicate the 10-72 season. It's that bad of a product right now. Like, think about it.
I'm trying to remember that roster. We had Devin Harris and Brook Lopez on that roster. Or was Lopez not there yet? Lopez was on that roster, right?
Lopez was on that roster. Yeah.
Yeah, we had
that was the year before we moved to Brooklyn, no?
No, we had 2 more. We had 2 more years after that. That was the last year that we were in the Izod Center.
Oh, and
yeah. And then we had 2 years in Newark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lopez was on that team, and Courtney Lee was on that team. Like,
he was.
Look, the roster was bad. It should not have gone 12-70.
It's taped up. Yeah, I have the poster still from the training camp that I went to with Courtney Lee and Brook Lopez. It's signed by both of them. But yeah, that was an interesting team. Like, that wasn't a horrible on paper team. Devin Harris was a borderline all-star for New Jersey. Courtney Lee was a solid rotational piece. Brook Lopez was a borderline all-star as well. So it's not like it was a horrible team. Like, this team coming up this year is bad. Like, it is really bad.
I remember that year on TNT. It was like halfway through the season, and Charles Barkley, this is not the worst team in basketball. They've clearly tanked. And Kenny's like, if they tank from the beginning because they started 0-19. That's what it was. 0-19 as we started that year, right? That's what it was.
That was the paper bags over the heads of the courtside season ticket holders. Yep. Yeah,
I remember that year I was at a ESPN zone in Times Square. I was wearing like Nets gear, like a Nets warm-up or something. And the waitress came up to me like in tears of joy, said, "Are you a Nets fan?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh my God, I never meet Nets fans." But we're like 10 miles from where they play. And it's like, but that was the Nets. Like, no one cared about them, and for good reason. And my buddy sitting next to me is a Celtics fan. He's like, "Well, they've played 50 games and they've won 5 of them. So that's a good start."
Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough year, man. And like I said, this kid very well, like that over under at 21.5. That under is free for me this year. That is a. I don't think this team wins more than 19 games as of right now.
If they get a top 3 pick, they finish with the worst record in basketball and get a top 3 pick, is it all well that ends well? I'm being serious. If we end up with the Banza or Peterson.
Well, I don't know actually, because Mark seems like the type of person where he'd take Kareem Lopez at 3, and we'd all freak out that we missed out on one of either Peterson, Devanza, or Bruiser. So I don't know if I can say it's a win yet until the selection is in and he's in Brooklyn, because who knows. But yes, if you're able to land one of these 3 number 1 overall caliber picks, I would say it was certainly worth it. Now, with how this team plays this year, specifically the rookies, that'll kind of put me into question on whether or not they need to go out and get another first-round pick for this upcoming draft. Because, like I said, as of right now, if you're just going based on the eye test with how these guys look, it does not look like Danny Wolf and Saraf are going to make it to second contracts with this team. You got to go out and really build out some form of youth that can be long-term pieces, right? Yegor, you got as your one. Him and Traore are going to be battling out to see who really is the primary point guard. Whether that be Yegor being shifted to the small forward position or not. But and then Powell, I'm a big believer in Powell. I'm very disappointed that we're not getting to watch him play right now, but I think he'll be a really good rotational piece and high caliber 3-and-D player for us long term. So outside of those 3 guys right now, you kind of need 2 replacements for Saraf and Wolf long term. If they're, of course, going to stay at this pace and look like non-NBA rotational players.
I don't want to write the book on these guys. It's been 3 summer league games,
yeah.
Right? Like not even
it's definitely
preseason.
Too early to tell.
Summer league games, but like Wolf looks to me like a fish out of water. It's like he doesn't belong here, right? And I keep going back to boxing. There are times you got to move a guy up to that next level, and he's like, he does not belong here. That's how I feel about Wolf. Like he's not going to handle the ball like a point guard. He's not physically strong enough. He's got Nick Claxton's strength with Nick Claxton's ball handling skills. Without Nick Claxton's athleticism, it was like, this does not look good. I don't like. Why did we take him? Not like all the things he did at Michigan aren't translating.
Value. Yeah, I was gonna say the value of that pick was probably the best value out of all the picks. Powell, you could have gotten at 26 or 27. Saraf, you probably could have gotten at 36. In all honesty, Traore, you probably could have gotten at 22. Yegor, you probably could have gotten if you traded up to 13. So it's like Wolf was probably the best value pick. He's not looking good right now. But like I said, the Saraf and Traore will be out tomorrow. So we will get to see big time minutes for Yegor and Wolf. So it'll be interesting to see how it can correlate with one another. But we'll see. It's definitely been disappointing so far.
This is what I'm saying though. If Sean Marks needed help, he could have called me. I would have done it for free. I would have helped him.
I could build a better roster for free. I could have tanked better last year and made necessary moves that were better. I could have built a better draft than he did this year. It's really not hard. And I know that a lot of people are going to say that like, oh, well, look at this guy talking like he can do that. I could. It's not hard. I got the sales background to negotiate with these guys. It's truly not difficult. Pick up the phone and say, what do you want? I'll counter it, and you're going to either take it or I'm going to go to the next guy that already has an offer that's ready to be accepted. Like these things aren't difficult. You could have traded up this year. He physically went out of his way not to trade up this year. He had all the pieces to do so, and that's scary because if you're missing out now on potentially 3 or 4 picks, like let's say 3 or 4 of these guys don't turn out well, that's a failure. That sets you back 3-4 years minimum, So this is rough. But I know that you wanted to wait to talk about it on here, which is the hot seat for Sean Marks. Start us off. Let's hear it.
Well, I wanted to spend a whole episode on this, a whole 2 hours on this. But let's touch on it a little bit, and then we got a whole off season. It's the beginning of the off season. We gotta save some things. Yeah, no. Preseason basketball doesn't start till October. We got a while. Yeah.
Is it October or is it September? I thought it was September.
It might be.
Doesn't the season start in October?
But the basketball preseason is only like 2 weeks, right? It's like 4 games.
I think it's like the last week of September into October. and then like a week and a half later, the regular season starts, if I'm not mistaken.
It might be end of September. It might start at the end. Either way, we got a while until preseason basketball starts. LBL is going to join us here. I want to start on Sean Marks. We'll just touch on a little bit. We'll just tease the next episode where we roast Sean Marks. I said before this draft class, you could not let Sean Marks deal with this offseason.
Yeah.
He had to go. He had to. You couldn't have him involved in this. And he's still here. And I don't want to write this. I don't want to write this off. It's not all lost because we haven't seen these guys play one NBA game yet. But it looks really bad. And given his history, right, it's like this is not going to go well. And Sean Marks is always credited for being such a great drafter in the mid picks in the late first round. It's like, who? Who are you talking about? Cam Thomas, who he didn't want to draft, who he doesn't want to sign, who he's not going to pay? Is that what we're talking about? Like, what impact player did he take? We're only talking about Jarrett Allen, who dropped to him, right? That's the only pick we're talking about?
Yeah, pretty much.
What are these great picks? Sean Marks is a great drafter. Who? Who are you talking about?
I can't name him.
We're only talking about Jarrett Allen. That's what we're talking. Nick Claxton sucks. Nick Claxton's a second-round player. Cam Thomas. He doesn't like Cam Thomas.
I will say, I think
was
Claxton,
injury plagued his whole career.
I think Claxton, as of today, if you were to redraft that class, you're maybe talking late teens, early 20s.
Mid-20s. Yeah. He's not good. He's not good.
He had a borderline DPOY year. You know, like realistically, if it wasn't for the Stars getting traded, he probably finishes in the top 3, if not possibly winning it. Like, I can't discredit him fully. You know, being selected at 33rd with the resume that he has so far as a defender in this league, I'd probably put him 18 through 23 in terms of if you're redrafting that class, which isn't anything special, but it's definitely not as bad as what his draft ranking was previously. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that pick. You know, the Cam Thomas pick, we can all have the debate. I think Jeff Peterson made that selection because of, you know, KD and his influence as well. So I really don't, you know, necessarily give that to Sean Marks' credit, especially since we're still, 18 days or 15 days into free agency?
Yeah.
And he's still not back, you know? So it's like there's clearly something going on there behind the scenes. But yeah, I don't give him any credit. He's a solid scout, but for him to be the decision maker for an organization in free agency, in trades, in drafting, I think it's piss poor. I think he's one of the worst to do it in the league right now.
My only concern, I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to have a fantastic year. I think Michael Porter Jr. is going to average 24 points a game, easily. I really do.
Wow.
My only they're going to run the offense through him. Who else is scoring?
Yeah, no, I agree. I got him above 21.5 points a game this year. So it'll be like a 3 to 4 point increase, because you also have to remember too, the more that he's going to be taking volume wise, the efficiency is likely to go down, which could result in, you know, a little bit less points than what we're expecting. But I think a fair assessment, 21.5 to 23 points per game for MPJ is definitely something that you could see out of him. I have that hope in him. Like I said, I was a big fan of him back when he was a junior in high school at Nathan Hill, when he was the number 1 overall prospect. This is a guy who really does have a little bit of untapped potential still left in him. And if Jordy can get that out of him, he could really be one of the better, third option players on a contending team when the time comes for that to happen in Brooklyn. So I'm hoping for the best with him. I really want to see him succeed here.
I want to, yeah. And I think he will. Like, if I'm right, let's say he's averaging 22 to 24 points a game. He's getting his 7 rebounds. Those are borderline all-star numbers. Now, I don't think he'll make an all-star game because there's a bias towards good teams in the all-star game, right? Yeah. Like, there just is. So I don't think he'll make an all-star game, but he'll have all-star – like, there'll be someone on the all-star team who he has the same or better numbers than.
Yeah. No, I agree. I definitely think there's a world where he's in the running for most improved player of the year. I definitely can see that being a possibility, especially if he's able to keep similar efficiencies while putting up 23 a game. He should certainly be in that running. We know that Nick Claxton's not the best rebounder in the world. If MPJ is playing the 4, you could possibly see some rebounding numbers go up as well. He's ranged between 7 to 8 rebounds per game throughout his career. So, you know, if he can get a little bit closer to that double-double, or if his playmaking numbers go a little bit up, that could be a top 5 candidate for most improved. So I think there's some real interest there that'll bring some joy, at least during this really bad season that we're about to witness.
Let's bring this stranger in. I didn't know he still cared about us. I didn't know he still loved us. LBL, how you been? I haven't seen you in a minute. How you been?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, I just got back from League City, Texas. I was down there for my mom's birthday or whatever. So I
You
just
were in
got back.
Texas. Leaf is in Texas. I got the whole
Yeah,
family down here. We should have a
yeah.
net get together. Yeah.
Well, and then I hear Leaf, he's trying to steal that Barlow brothers thunder by talking about Yanson Lee. I mean about Hanson Yang, like he's the one that discovered him when at this time last year, as many guys that used to follow the draft, whether it was Dylan or Pod or Ice or myself, whenever we'd bring up any of these guys, he always was the one that said, "Man, none of these guys not in the NBA can help us. And none of them will be any good. Come on, I refuse to believe that." And it's like all you have to do is look at the product of our team on the floor. And that seems to be the latest thing now is that people are attacking those of us who are complaining about our team situation. I don't think we're complaining so much about just the players who they are because they're showing who they are, but it's like if they're showing us who they are and they're gonna say, "Well, Dylan, you shouldn't say that. It's only been 3 games," or "Gary, don't say that. This guy only played in 2 games." It's like, but you can look at them and kind of see if you watched a lot of basketball in your life, you can say, well, is this guy gonna reasonably get a lot better? So, I mean, like you can't hide the joy when you see somebody who's really, really good. Like when I watched part of that Philly game. What's his name's first game? Edgecombe.
Edgecombe. Yeah.
And you couldn't, you could just look at it and you could see the way his teammates were reacting. Like they're like, man, we got the out of the 10 guys on the court, we got the best athlete. And they played like it. So it's like when you see the undeniable talent, it gives you goose pimples and all that stuff. It gives you goosebumps and stuff. But I'm just saying when it's like this so far, it's like I do like Traor's speed. I do like his speed, and it's like something that we haven't had before. Uh,
But can
and
he
it's funny
finish
when
at the basket? Can he please finish? He's getting there. He's doing everything right, and then he's always missing the layup. It's like put the layup, do the easy
yeah,
part, man.
it's giving me Devin Harris vibes right now. Wasn't he on the 12 and 70?
Yeah, he was.
Yes,
He
he
was.
was.
Yeah, yeah. So
Devin Harris was an
he
all-star for us. Devin Harris. If he turned into
was.
Devin Harris, I'm happy. I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Uh, I want to.
But
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, but the other guys, this is the Danny Wolf that I did see at Michigan. Because when I looked at Michigan, I said, this guy has a lot of talent, but at the same time, he makes a lot of turnovers. He doesn't really go in because the guy that played yesterday on the Heat, Golden, that's their center. And he took a lot of pressure off of he took a lot of pressure off of Danny because he was able to go in there and play the biggest player and rebound and set picks and all of that stuff. So like this, I'm not surprised by how Wolf has played so far. I mean, I don't think he's as bad as some people may say, but I'll tell you this, I did say, and I'll repeat this. We had five first round draft picks. If only two of them actually make the team, then that's one of the worst drafts in history. Just in terms of You don't pick five guys and then say, "Well, we're trying to improve our developmental league."
Well, yeah. So I wanted to get into that a little bit. So far, look, and it's way too early to give it a final grade or anything like that. But Drake Powell aside, because he hasn't played yet, the other four, how would you grade this for marks? LBL, I'm asking you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm thinking. Well, and this is the thing that I don't get, and like, because when I just saw Agor in street clothes today, I'm like, it's four freaking games stretched out over like 6 days or something like that. So it's like, why are they not playing every game? I don't understand that.
they want to get the other guys minutes, is my guess. I mean, Yegor's going to be on the team, right? Like these guys are going to be on the team, so now it's playing these other guys, right? Like, number 28, what's it? Caleb Daniels.
Yeah,
Dylan
why
said
is
he
he
thinks he could
playing?
get the second spot. I wouldn't mind it. He's 26, which is concerning to me, but I guess they brought him in for a reason. What are your thoughts on giving Caleb Daniels that spot?
Olivari played pretty well in terms of his hustle and everything. But I'm saying, why are we doing this? Come on, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me to have, you know, all of these guys. I mean, I'm saying that could be true. I mean, that could be true about Caleb or whatever. But what I'm saying is, why can't these freaking rookies play 4 games over freaking 6 or 7 days? That doesn't make any
Yeah,
sense to me.
they're 19 years old. They certainly could play. Even if you want to get the other guys some minutes, you play him
They
half the game, right?
they
Yeah,
probably played more in high school over the course of, a tournament. They probably played
yeah.
more in a shorter amount of time. Come on, man. Why are they not playing? That's what I don't understand. But I'd
And
say but to answer your question, it's a it's like got to be like a D at best, I think. A D grade or something like that at best.
I want to ask you about a couple of these other guys. Dylan, Drew Timmy played pretty well in the limited minutes he got last year. He's
Mhm.
playing well in the summer league. He's clearly the best player on the team in the summer league. And this is what I mean is he's dominating the summer league, which tells me he could be an NBA player. So give me your thoughts on Drew Timmy. Is this a guy that's going to have some staying power? Like he's here?
I'll go
Like
second. I'll go second.
Yeah, I think he's earned his spot. It's not nothing flashy. We've seen players perform well in the summer league and look horrible in the NBA. Hello, Jalen Wilson. But as of right now, I think Drew Timmy's earned his spot at the $2.3 million league minimum contract. It's an expiring deal. You might as well keep him around as a presence off the bench. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna see significant minutes, but as a mentor in the locker room, as a potential guy that comes in when there's injured players, I don't mind. He's not hurting anybody. He's not hurting the tank, that's for sure.
I've compared him to the guy that you got to run with in a pickup game. You're like, I don't want to run with this guy. This guy sucks. And then you play with, all right, he's not bad. And then it's like, I want to run with this guy. Give me him, right? Like he doesn't look like much, but he keeps producing. And every opportunity Drew Timmy gets, he produces. It's like I want to run with this guy. LBL, your thoughts?
Yeah, I remember him at Gonzaga, and he was the same way there, where the other college team would have a bigger star and everything, and all they had was Drew Timmy, but he was coached really well, and he played within his parameters, and he produced. He definitely produced. So, and I see it now as it's almost like a given that if you're going to go in the NBA, you have to have 3 centers, and you have to have close to, close to 3 point guards. See, the problem that we had for so long, and this is really a break if you know the old Nets from even from like the D'Lo days and stuff. We never had enough ball handlers. Like we always had a lot of guys, but like I think that might have been the most ball handlers we had when we had Spencer, D'Lo, and Levert. But all the other guys couldn't dribble more than two bounces or something like that. And so to see that he's reaching out for these guys that can all dribble and everything and have handles. That's something interesting. That's a part of marks that I didn't see before. And then when you're talking about Timmy, I think Timmy is an NBA player. I think he's a third string center, but I think that, he like put it this way. If Timmy had been on,
I think he's a backup center. Like what? Why he
yeah, he
keeps
could be.
producing? He keeps playing well in every
Well,
opportunity
yeah,
that he gets.
well, I was gonna say take those two teams. Take those two teams. He probably would have in the finals, he would have been the fourth best center, right? If you look at it, he probably would have been behind uh Turner,
I see what you're
behind
saying. I see what you're saying.
Chet,
Yeah.
and behind the other guy. But he would have been ahead of Bradley, and he would have been ahead of Thomas, whatever his name is, right? He would have been the second best center on Indy, right?
Probably. Yeah.
To me, he would have been, And so that's what I'm saying. So
Thomas
yeah,
Bryant. You talking about? Yeah.
yeah, Thomas Bryant. Like, because to me, Timmy is better than Thomas Bryant. But
Timmy has produced every step of the way. The other guy I wanted to get on real quick, and then we'll get to the negative, is Tyson Etienne. I like his aggressiveness. I like his confidence. Your thoughts so far on Etienne in these first 3 games? He's been the primary ball handler. He's been the primary shot taker. I mean, your thought on Tyson Etienne?
I don't want him on the team because
he's on a 2-way, isn't he? Tyson's on a 2-way.
I'm not sure, but I don't want him on the team. I want minutes to go to those other guys and them to play. So no matter how well he plays, it's like I'm biased. I'm sorry, but I want to see those other guys. There's no reason any of our rookies, other than
he's on Tyson Etienne
injury.
is on a 2-way. I thought so. He's on the 2-way.
But what does he need to do? But I'm saying, he's on a 2-way, but does he need to secure his spot on that 2-way?
Well, no, he's got a 2-way. He's got a 2-way contract.
Yeah. So why is he playing though? How is that helping? I understand how it helps the Long Island Nets, but how does it help the Brooklyn Nets?
Dylan, you want to field that?
No, not at all. I can't answer it. There's nothing that helps this team, man.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Realistically, we're trying to build the worst team possible. At the end of the day, this is the year to tank. It was supposed to be last year and this year, but I think they've kind of seen this is not a lottery that you want to mess around with. Go get the highest floor pick. If you get 5 next year, you get 5, but at least be the worst team in the league to a point where the lowest you can get is 5. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Don't try and mess around with this lottery bullshit anymore. There is absolutely zero need to go out there and try and look flashy and win a couple of close games and be like, oh, we're not tanking. We're trying to be competitive. No, you're not. You suck. You're going out there and ruining your draft stock. Go out there and be the worst team in basketball. Develop the youth and call it a day. That's it.
The other thing I wanted, TJ Bamba, he's played well. Any chance, Bamba, Caleb Daniels? Is there someone else? Should we look elsewhere? Another, someone else who gets cut. Who would you give that last 2-way to if it were up to you, Dylan?
I as of right now, probably Caleb Daniels. I think Bamba's more of like kind of like a Grant Nelson, signed with Long Island, but not a 2-way spot specifically. I think those are guys that need a bit of work, but I liked Bamba so far. He hasn't been horrible.
I got my notes here, and I just got Grant Nelson. I just put sucks next to him. There was some hype behind him. I wanted to see him play. A lot of people I respect told me good things about him. Why did we pick up Grant Nelson? What's the upside in him, Dylan? Why Grant Nelson? Why was he a little bit hyped?
He was a solid stretch 4, stretch 5, but it really hasn't translated well so far. He's very low IQ'd in the sense of losing the ball very easily. He's been pretty hefty on the fouling so far in these first few games. But yeah, a lot of bonehead mistakes, whether it be blown coverages, horrible perimeter defense, turnovers. It doesn't look like a guy who's ready to be given that full 2-way spot yet. So I personally wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't give it to Grant. I don't really even think guys like Grant Nelson should be on the Long Island team. Like there's no like he sucks. He
He
can't
had
play.
the
Go
he
ahead.
had the number one shuttlecock run
There you
at the
go.
combine.
There you go.
At the combine, he's got to get a look. In case we want him to run back and forth, getting drinks or something, getting Gatorade for guys.
It's crazy.
LBL, Saraf, Wolf. Who do you think is going to be in Long Island? Who do you think is going to be on a roster? Like Saraf, where does he start the season?
I think he starts the season with Long Island. I think
I
he
don't
starts the season with
disagree.
Long Island.
And what about Wolf?
And I'm worried about Saraf because he looks like he aims his shot, and it's like, oh god, like the longer he takes, I'm just like, just go ahead and shoot it. But you
He,
said go ahead.
he definitely, Saraf definitely seems to be the guy that needs to be within the flow of the game, right? Like when he's taking the ball to the hoop, he can get to the hoop. There's some craftiness to him, but like,
Yeah.
if he spots up and takes a three, it's like I get what you're saying. Like his shot doesn't look in rhythm. It doesn't.
And who was the other guy you mentioned?
Oh, Wolf.
Oh, Wolf. Yeah. So Wolf, I think that he should be in Brooklyn, but I'm not sure about them. And so, like, I think he should be in Brooklyn. Like, my strategy would be make him play for the big club. But in Jordy's and Marx's combo, maybe they're gonna say, well, we want to put him in. We want him to get the confidence of being good in the G League. But I'm gonna tell you something. Did you watch Dink Pate on the
Yep, I
Knicks?
put a tweet out there.
Yeah. I
And
didn't see
and
it. I know. I saw Dylan's tweet about it. Yeah.
what did you tweet?
I mentioned how he was able to break down a defender really well, resulting in an alley oop, and that what his stats
Yeah,
were currently at that point. And this was a guy that I wanted to take a chance on, even in the second round at 36. I was looking at him,
yeah.
but
And see the
especially as
thing
an
I was
undrafted rookie, like I wanted to go out and grab him, but
and
once
that's
again,
my point. My point is he was pretty. I think he had 2 years in the G League, if I'm not mistaken. I think the first year they tried to
yes,
make him a point guard, and then this year they let him play off the ball. But I think the thing is that I'm looking at is like for bigger guys like Wolf, it's like the G League does no freaking thing. Gary, we went over this before. Remember Allen Williams?
Mm-hmm.
Allen Williams dominated in Long Island. He averaged like 16 and 12 boards or something. So it really does no purpose to put a big man down at at the G League because there's not enough quality big men to actually help them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get better. So that's the thing. So I would say for Wolf, Wolf definitely has to come up to the big club, and I'd say make him bang with Claxton and with Sharp and and Timmy and whoever can play, carry all four of them if you have to.
I yeah. Sorry, I wanted to get LBL's take because I already talked to Dylan about this. We're only 3 summer league games in, but do you feel good about the draft class so far, LBL? Like it's like
Uh,
okay,
you know what? I don't feel good at all,
yeah.
but
No, I haven't met one Nets fan who does, but continue, proceed.
and
Yeah.
and and then the other thing is the thing that really scares me is not Drake Powell. His injury doesn't scare me, because a lot of time, like Nets fans get overly cautious about, oh, this guy, but he's injured because we know the history of Sean always drafting like some hurt bird or something in the tree, right? And he's always draft that guy and says we could rebuild him, right? But now
Right.
the thing is with Drake Powell, the thing that bothers me is not so much because some of us know the kind of player he was as he went to, like out of high school, he was like a top 5 guy. So we just like the way uh Tyreek Whitehead was, right? But then he went to college. Drake Powell played, he got this thing, this tendinopathy, which is, they say it's like jumper's knee. So now, rest him. But my fear is that Sean Marks just will not give this kid a real shot to actually make the ball club and to get actual minutes, even though he might be the best athlete and our best choice for a two guard on the whole team.
Who is it? Who
We
is it that you
got
were talking about? Powell or Cam Thomas?
Powell.
If he messes up Powell, I'm gonna be pissed.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Powell is the guy that, say, if he stayed in school, he'd probably be a top 10 pick next year.
Probably. He was projected lottery this year before the college basketball season started. So I don't know if I could say that he'd be top 10, but top 20 certainly. Because there's a lot of good players in next year's draft as well that are not only making a name for themselves in that specific draft class, but also guys who are carrying
and part of it,
their fourth seasons into next year as well.
Yeah. And then part of it was also, if you look at, what happened under Hubert Davis, like you got three of his guards actually left. One transferred to Michigan, one transferred to St. John's, and now Powell went into the draft. So that's not really a good.
No, UNC has been historically bad with guards.
Yeah. But I'm saying that to say I don't trust Marks in like let's paint a scenario where they come out everybody healthy at training camp, and then Powell just starts showing you, like, the cream rises to the top. Does Marks use his injury as a way, we're going to be cautious with him, or we're going to play him down there, we're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Does he use that to not play this kid? I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Well, no, I think all of the rookies are going to get plenty of opportunity to earn their way into the rotation, right? I think they're all going to get plenty of minutes because it doesn't make any sense in a tank year not to play rookies. Like, the entire purpose of last year and this year was to get these guys acclimated to the NBA. If they don't play Powell, they don't play Saraf. Like, look, Saraf, he has to me, like, he's got to start the year in Long Island and then earn his way up. But, like, you picked him in the first round. You didn't want to trade the picks. You didn't want to trade up. You wanted to draft 5 guys. So then don't you have to give these 5 guys minutes? Like, don't you like, didn't you make that commitment when you took 5 guys?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We traded the 6th pick, right? The second rounder.
The second round pick, yeah.
So if we had 6 possible players out of the top 36, and there's no way we got rid of 1, but there's no way we should only come away with 2 on the actual ball club. If that's the case, then we should have traded.
We should have traded up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
traded up or traded back, into the future or something.
If you don't trade up, then, like, you're saying all of these guys are good enough to contribute on my team, right? Like, that's what you're saying by not trading up. I want 5 guys because these 5 guys are all going to contribute. And now we're looking at, like, realistically, who's actually going to contribute? Traore and Yegor. That's it. Like, the other guys, and I'm going to put Drake Powell to the side because we haven't seen him play yet. But, like, Saraf and Wolf don't look like they can contribute anything at all. Not anytime soon, if ever. Like, it just doesn't look good with these guys. Like, I don't understand why you didn't trade up. You could have done it. Like, we've seen other teams do it. Why did you sit here and take these guys? Is it just a miscalculation, or what am I missing, Dylan? What am I missing in Saraf and Wolf, and what am I missing? I want to focus in on Saraf because we were all blown away by that pick. So let's just focus on Saraf for now. What am I missing with him?
I don't think you're missing anything. I really do think that we as fans are trying to be somewhat positive because this is the first time that we're seeing some form of youth in Brooklyn, specifically Brooklyn. But at the end of the day, too, especially as somebody who has put in hundreds of hours of draft analysis, studies, highlights, whatever you want to say, my own personal scouting, we'll call it. The fact that Saraf was even a thought at 26, it was pathetic. Like it's a horrible pick, right? And it doesn't matter the player that he turns into if he's good or bad. At that position, you don't take that pick. Same thing for Powell at 22. Powell's a good player, but not a single person probably had him until maybe 30th overall for the Clippers, right? You could have gotten him at 26 and 27. Who was on the board at 22? You had guys like in that range specifically. You had guys like Will Riley, Asa Noel, guys of that nature, right? Even at 26 and 27, you had a guy like Liam McNeely who was still available. I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but the upside was there on him, much more upside than a Saraf, especially for a position that you already drafted 2 picks for. It was horrible. The entire draft was a flop, and I gave it a D+ grade right after the draft, and people were calling for my head. Like
I gave it an F. I thought you were being nice giving it a D+. I don't see the D+.
Yeah, the D+ to me is the upside of Traore, Powell, and Jaeger.
But you overdrafted all of them. You overdrafted all of them, Dylan. You could have got those guys later in the draft.
And that's why I completely agree. That's why I give it the D+, right? Like realistically, the upside of Jaeger, Powell, and Traore to me is like a C-. But because you reached on all of them, I dropped it down to a D+, like a D+. You know, and that's where the problem is you got no good value pick outside of Wolf, and even if so, he's already not looking NBA ready. So there's
Wolf is 21, almost 22.
I got a question for you. Because, I've heard how people come after me on Twitter because originally I said, well, let's trade up for Ace. If we don't get Ace, trade up for Fears. And if we don't get Fears, if nobody wants to trade up with us and we have to pick Ace, I said, take Noah Esengwe, right? So now, are we going to be watching this for quite a while to see how Agor turns out, to see how Noah turns out? Is that one that we're going to be looking at?
Yeah, I mean, all of these guys are going to be sitting and waiting on to see if they were actually right or not. And that's a problem. Like, there's not a single guy that we've drafted where we can really say we're confident that this is going to be a player who is in the starting 5 long-term as a key piece. Like, Jaeger is the closest one, but even if so, we've seen a lack of aggression driving to the basket. We've seen no mid-range game, and it doesn't even look like they're trying to fully utilize him as a playmaker, which is his best aspect. That's a little strange. Mm-hmm. Like there's a lot of problems with this draft class so far. And again, I'm not going to overdo any form of overreactions because it is only 3 summer league games. But again, you see guys who are coming into the summer league already ready to play. The Flags, the Kneppels. You had a Jawan Beringer who had a couple of great performances so far. Liam McNeely, his first game, he looked great. Like there was a ton of guys available. Rasheer Fleming just played his first game and he looked solid. He's coming off of injury. Like a lot of these guys that we wanted are looking good, and a lot of the guys we've taken are not looking good, and that's a problem.
And you know what else? You know what else it is? I'm gonna say something in defense of what you said about putting in those hours and everything. And I'm always honest about like if I haven't seen someone play or something like that, because I don't like to take just the highlights or their mixtape. I don't like to just use that. I like to actually see games.
Out of the top 40 players in the draft, I probably watched at least 4 games of each of them. The Flags, the Harper, Ace, like those types of guys, I probably watched at least 15 plus. Jaeger, I watched about 6 to 8. Powell, I'd probably watched about 4 to 6. I was going 4 screens at a time trying to watch these games.
And this is what I'm saying about some of our fellow Nets fans. Some of our guys, it's like, yo, watch the games and then come back and then let's talk about what we should be doing. But like we have so many Nets fans, and I know it's NBA fans overall, but they're so dismissive of watching the college games or the Euro League game. They're so dismissive of watching any basketball that's not NBA basketball and saying these guys aren't ready. And I'm telling you, I watched some of those games and I'm like, these guys are better than the guys we have on our actual pro team in Brooklyn. Some of they're better. So that's what gets me is when they try to say, "Oh, you guys," and what do they try to throw at Dylan, or they try to throw at a Ice or one of them? What they do is they say, "Oh, well, like what's his name said to me today? What's his name? That's Daly." He said, "Oh, well, I guess Atlanta and Dallas, I guess they really tanked better than us the last couple of years." So I'm like, man, we know about the Dallas pick. We know that was a payback.
But that's all the picks, though, and that's why I said that I'm not a huge fan of tanking for the Nets. They're so bad and they're so poorly constructed. I don't see a better option, right? So I'm not against the tank. I ultimately don't think it works, which it doesn't. But it might be your best move on the chessboard. What I did not want to do, the absolute one thing I did not want to get out of this draft class was 5 dudes. 5 players like, all right, they're okay, and none of them make any impact. And I think that's exactly what we got. We got 5 dudes. Like, that's it. Like, no one is going to impact winning. No one is really going to be a building piece. Maybe Yegor. Hopefully Yegor. It looks like you got a bunch of dudes, right? It's like these guys are easily replaceable. And that was if it meant we only pick twice, get me 2 impact players. If you want to trade 3 picks for 1, do it. Do it, right? But get me impact players. Get me something to build, even if they're raw. But Carter Bryant didn't play a lot of basketball. He's a building piece. It looks like, right? Get me Carter Bryant. Get me Maluak. Get me something that I can build on. Don't get me 5 dudes who are going to be marginal fringe players for 10 years. Like that doesn't do me anything. And I feel like that's exactly what they did. They got a bunch of guys.
Yeah, when you said that marginally players or something, I was thinking of somehow the name Turkaloo popped up into my head. You know what I'm saying? He was a decent player and everything, but it's like, is that Mark's thinking like, yeah, I could get another Hito take Turkaloo. Like, come on, these guys, because I'm going to tell you something about Wolf. Let's compare them. And I know I'm just trying to say, is he gonna be the worst center that is he gonna be as good as Dayron?
I can't see him being as good as Dayron, but we'll see.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Is he gonna be as good as Mason Plumlee?
No. Plumlee, you can see what he does well.
Yes.
At the NBA level. What does Danny Wolf do well? What does Ben Surratt do well on an NBA level? Like what does he do average to above average? Like nothing. When the Jets, I'm going to go off on a tangent. When the Jets drafted Zach Wilson, I had all these idiot Jet fans saying, he's the future. He can do it all. I'm like, okay, he doesn't run. He's got no accuracy downfield. He's the lowest rated passer on the intermediate over the middle of the field stuff, and he's uniquely bad. I've never seen a bad short passer in my whole life. So he doesn't run. He sucks at the short stuff, the medium stuff, and the long stuff. What exactly is he good at? And they never had an answer for me. Well, he's got a big arm. So what? Right? Like, I don't care. Like, what does Ben Surratt do well on an NBA level? What does he do average to above average? Dylan, you want to throw me a lifeline here? What does Ben Surratt do above average at the NBA level?
Nothing.
Then why did you take him? Like, what if he doesn't do anything well? Why did you take him?
It still blows my mind how you don't select Rasheer Fleming.
I know what he does well at the NBA level.
It really makes me angry because I'm gonna watch every Rasheer Fleming game this year, and every single time he does something good, I'm gonna post about it, and I already know it, and it's gonna really piss me off knowing how much of a stud Phoenix got at that position. And it's gonna really piss me off. It's gonna really make me angry.
And I was a Renault guy too, so I would have liked to have taken him.
Same thing with Ado Thiaro. He got selected with their own freaking pick. He's a Laker. They call him the third Thompson twin for a reason. He's extremely athletic. He has a good eye in terms of vision for a forward. He can score from all 3 levels of the floor. He can even put the ball on the floor, and he has Dorian Finney-Smith like 3-and-D capabilities. How do you not take him? Like, why? I would have preferred to fucking take him at 26 and overvalue that pick than Surratt. Like, Now you're starting to get me angry. Now I'm going to start throwing out the New York language. Like, this is going to piss me off. How do you not take certain guys over Stafford? It pisses me off really bad.
I'm angry too because it looks like what I thought it was. I try to be optimistic, right? Let's see how they look on an NBA floor, and it looks like I thought it was going to look. It does. Yeah, Drake Powell. I'm going to keep putting
looks
this
like a Paralympics team. It looks like the wheelchair basketball league right now. It's piss poor. A lot of these guys are not NBA ready. Nor like I understand taking 2 or 3 swing picks, like guys with high upside that you can take the risk on, but at least go and get the guys that you would know are going to be something, right? Like Will Riley at 19 would have been a great pick. You could have gotten Nolan Troyer probably at 22, and even if not, and you miss on him, oh well, you got your point guard in Yegor. Guess what? You can go with a guy like Asa Noel at 22. Then you can go with Rasheer Fleming and Drake Powell at 26 and 27. Like there's, I could literally make about 8 to 9 different drafts with those 5 picks, and it would be better than the one that we've witnessed. Even before they touch the floor, it would still be better.
LBL?
Wait a minute now, Dylan. We did get our Jordan Farmer.
I don't give a shit.
This is what I'm saying, though. Jordan Farmer.
No
that's a quality NBA player. Who cares? Like, what is Jordan? Chris Douglas Roberts. What are these people do for your franchise?
Reminds me of Andrew Nembhard. If he can just figure out a way to get a mid-range and a 35% three, he reminds me a lot of Nembhard.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like we got complementaries to the complementary. I mean, I don't understand. Like, you know what, Gary, what this might do is give our guys not playing a lot of confidence. Keon Johnson is sitting back there saying, man, I'm gonna rule. If they don't sign if they don't re-sign Cam Thomas, then that 2 spot is good as mine.
I'm a big Asa Noel guy. I wanted Asa Noel. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Well, can I say? Well, let me say this. Does it worry you? Does it? Because it does for me.
Before you finish, yes. Everything
I was gonna say this style because I didn't like what Hetzel had to say about the OKC comparison, and then it's like this new whatever style that they want to play. I'm like, what is it? Just like no athletes, and it's like, what is the style that you want to play? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Let me look at how European basketball works. Go ahead and look at the Olympics, where the U.S. has won probably 9 of the last 10 gold medals. Like, come on. I understand having 1 or 2 of them. That's great. A lot of the guards that come out of the Euro League are usually good. Like they're usually solid. But again, it's those last 2 picks that are really pissing me off. It's really making me angry. There's just no reason for them.
And that's what I was thinking when I tweeted something yesterday about, like when they just showed that clip of the miniseries, and I'm like, man, a lot of these guys sound foreign. It's like, are most of Mark's guys like international guys? Maybe they just don't like USA basketball. Maybe they don't like American basketball, so they just tend to watch more stuff, internationally and stuff. Because I'm like, man, you're acting like, like all of these guys, and I know the top players, the Embiid, the Luka, the Giannis, the Joker, but I'm saying every guy is not like that. We also had MT3, right? We also had Rodion Caruks, so we also had John and Musa, right? So what's going on with who they're trying to pick and how they want to play? Because what did you think about, Gary and Dylan? What did you think about the 0.5 thing he was saying? The offense.
I didn't hear about that. What did he say?
Yeah,
I think that was Mark's, where he said they want to keep the offense. They want a super fast pace, and where no player is holding on to the ball.
Oh, right. Okay, I know exactly. Um, I, I'm gonna have some questions about it. Like, is that actually something that's gonna work in the NBA over a prolonged time? Right? Like,
And
I
it
don't know. Yeah,
and it doesn't work if you can't shoot.
right. It definitely doesn't work if you can't shoot. I'm like, I also don't you want to get? I want to pick up the pace. I want to move the ball too. But like, at what point does it just become like Lane Kiffin football? It's like this isn't going to work in the NBA, right? Because you're going to have to get in sets. You're going to have to slow things down at times. You're going to have to be able to score in half court sets. You know what I'm saying? Like, how realistic is it though? Like, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't seem, especially like in the final 5 minutes of crunch time. Is this really going to work then? When the defense really tightens up, is it going to work?
And we've seen this before. You said Kippen in football, but also in basketball, we saw it when Rick Pitino first came to the Knicks. Remember when he had them all shooting the threes and everything, and he had good defense.
And it was
But
cool, yeah. And it was different because they didn't even they had Mark Jackson and Gerald Wilkins. They had
yeah,
Trent Tucker, but they had Mark Jackson
hmm
and Gerald Wilkins launching up threes like it was going out of style. They weren't even shooters. It's like, all right, just launch up
yeah,
threes. But
he
yeah,
just
yeah.
so we had that, and then and that's and then what's his name actually failed at his job and went back to college really quick, right? The Shark, Jerry Tarkanian. Remember he came out. I think he coach the Spurs or something for
Yeah,
a
you're
little bit.
right. I think less than a season, right? Like he got fired his
Yeah,
first season. Yeah.
yeah. They were like, hey, that college stuff is not going to work here. So, and that's
It
what I'm saying. So, but that's what scares me about Marks is like, and that's what scares me like with his fans and psycho fans too is you can't be you guys can't be like because any if you go to any net game you'll see a bunch of guys who they'll boo the players. They'll be like, oh man, you suck because you missed three threes or whatever. But it's like they never hold Sean Marks accountable, or they never hold the actual coach accountable. It's like it's always the players and only the players, you know? So, okay, Nate has it up there. They want all versatile players to make decisions
We have
and
one versatile player in this entire draft class. It's Drake Powell. Versatility is athleticism.
I kind of agree with him. Yeah.
hmm hmm I see.
Like if you wanted versatility, you could have taken Carter Bryant at 8. You could have taken Drake Powell at 22. You could have taken Traore at 19. You could have taken Rasheer Fleming at 26. And you could have taken Liam McNeely at 27. That's versatility. All
Well,
those guys space the floor, play defense.
we know that Cam Thomas doesn't fit into the idea of versatility of 0.5, right? I mean, Cam Thomas does not fit in that any way, shape, or form.
Sure.
Does Michael Porter Jr.? He does, right?
I would agree.
Yeah, you could be catch and shoot. Yeah.
As much as I hate Sean Marks, I'm gonna give him credit so far, at least in theory, on this Michael Porter Jr. trade. Like the more I think about it, the more I like it.
When you're talking about versatility in the NBA, you're talking about some of the most. And when you're specifically talking about versatility, they're guys that have two-way abilities to play both ends of the floor, and a lot of the times that translates to athleticism. Yes, that is still versatility.
All right. So when we're looking at
When you're looking, I'll just use examples for a second. When you look at guys like Jaylen Brown, you say that he's versatile, right? He's got versatility. He brings something on
yes,
both ends of the
definitely.
floor. Okay, what's his
Definitely.
main aspect to his game? Athleticism, right?
Yeah,
Jeremiah
he's
Fears
smart.
it's
is
hard to be
versatile.
versatile at any sport if you're not athletic, right? Because
You
now you're
know,
just a
you
one-dimensional
know
player
what
if
it
you're not an
is?
athlete.
But you know what
Versatility
it is?
is
He
being
just
able to do
named,
multiple things and adapt quickly. And a lot of the
I
but
times, all those
also,
tend to
things
agree
come
with
with
Dylan on this
athleticism.
one.
Jalen is very smart. So I think it is like athleticism mixed with basketball IQ. That's what makes you versatile. So Because even we had Bruce Brown, he was very versatile, you know.
Yeah. Okay. So Nate said versatile offensively is what he said. Okay. So if you're versatile offensively, let's break it down. Yegor Demon, what's he versatile in outside of scoring? Or I'm sorry, outside of floor space
Shooting.
currently. That's the only thing that he has that's versatile to his game because he hasn't shown the playmaking aspect to it much. He hasn't shown a mid range. He has no aggressiveness as a driver into the lane. Nolan Traore, how's he versatile outside of his playmaking and his ability to drive to the rim, which he hasn't done efficiently? What does he have that's versatile? He can't space the floor. He doesn't even look to shoot a mid range. I can keep going. Like Seraph, where's the versatility? He plays at his own pace, which is great. But outside of that, he has a crossover mid range shot that he doesn't even hit effectively yet. He can't space the floor for shit. We just watched him airball 2 threes in the last 2 games, and that's also including a free throw that he airballed. Where's the versatility? These are guys that aren't versatile. So why are we going based on what Sean Marks says is versatile when there's clear signs that none of this is versatility whatsoever? Am I wrong? Like, am I saying something that's blasphemy?
No, I was interested in hearing Nate's side of it. He says okay, elaborate, proceed. Like, tell me what we're getting wrong, Nate.
I'm not even more so answering Nate. I'm answering this Wabi dude. Like, this is just to sit here and say that this class is anything special is it's a joke. Like, a lot of the times you can really make predictions on how a player's career will turn out. You can. It's truly not difficult to do. I do it year after year. Like, yeah, you're going to miss a few times and be wrong, but 6, 7 out of 10 times, you're usually right. It's not hard. It's all about the eye test. It's what you see, what they do overseas, what they do in college, what they do even in high school. You can tell when a player is usually going to be good and when a player isn't going to be good. Yegor has that ability where he can be good. Drake Powell has the ability to where he can be good. But Nolan Traore with Yegor Demon, one of them is getting shifted out. It's not going to be a long-term fit next to one another, especially for the people who want Cam Thomas here long-term. That's never going to happen. Like, Danny Wolf, backup big man at best. You know, Ben Seraph probably won't make it to his second contract. It's all in front of you.
I'm thinking about those.
Traore and Seraph can't shoot, right? Like,
no.
So I don't
You're
really
playing
understand.
in a league that primarily shoots threes. Like, this is absurd.
Go ahead, Nate. I'm not even trying to argue. I just want to hear your side. I want to hear you explain how these guys fit that description.
I'm not saying they fit that description. I just came in when you guys were talking about when LBL brought up that 0.5 second thing that everyone's been referring to.
Yeah, I was going to say, I wasn't really answering your comments, Nate. I was answering this one.
Okay.
They want players that can shoot, pass, or dribble within 0.5 seconds, which is what the European game is. It's one pass, and whoever you make that outlet pass to, that guy is pushing it up the court. You know, it's not find Luka Doncic or Jalen Brunson and then slow the game down. So that's probably not going to work with the players they drafted. It looks terrible so far. None of them can shoot, but that's what they want. Like, Danny Wolf is a versatile offensive player. Just because he's not athletic doesn't mean he's not versatile offensively.
Well, I mean, I want to address that. How, if you're a non-athlete, that means you're a specialty player. It means you can do one thing, right? Because you're not an athlete.
No,
you can't run the court.
Football.
You can't blow past
we're not
people.
Playing football. If I'm the 5-man and I can shoot, you're saying Nikola Jokic is not versatile?
He's a freak. Come on, he's also big as hell.
Right,
he's not an athlete.
All right, there's the hole in your argument. So then stop making absolute.
Because you found an exception to the rule and one of the greatest players
Danny
ever
Wolf.
lived.
All right, Alperun Sengun, is he a versatile player?
Yes.
Is
he an athlete?
Let me answer this though, real quick though, because we're claiming Danny Wolf is versatile. We've seen him play now in 2 summer league games where he's had minimal offensive impact whatsoever. He's horrible in the post. He's getting beaten down physically in the post, whether that be low IQ turnovers, playmaking out of the post, or even just trying to find a shot. I think I've seen him hit 1 3. Like, all this versatility talk, but he hasn't shown anything.
No, I'm saying that's what the front office is trying to do. They probably swung and missed on all 5 of them.
Sucks,
right? They probably swung and missed on all 5 of them. But what they're trying to do is that they wanted all 5 players that can put the ball on the floor, that can make quick decisions, that can play in quick dribble handoffs, that can stretch the floor. Again, they probably swung and missed on all 5, but that's what they're going for. That European style offense is exactly what Jordy desires. Jordy's part of this too. People want to throw Sean Marks under the bus. Jordy's a part of all these draft picks too.
I agree with you. But what I was going to say, you were mentioning, yeah, but when you're saying shoot, pass, and dribble, but they have to be able to do all of those things, right? I mean,
Yeah,
they have
no,
to.
that's what I'm saying. I said they probably missed on all 5. They probably swung and missed on all 5. Because if your guards can't stretch the floor, what do you have, right? And if Danny Wolf can't actually do anything relating to those last 2 players that I referenced, then he's terrible because he's not an athlete. And if he can't make for himself or others off the dribble, then what is he? Like Jason Smith?
But isn't this sort of like, isn't this sort of like uh, a Mark's characteristic, like in that he always goes for guys that are supposedly skilled, because it's a game of skill for him and the Euro analytic guys. But then he always sacrifices athleticism for skill, and then you find out some of the guys that he gets, they're not even good at the skill, like Alan Crabb.
Again, that's not what I'm arguing. Yeah, they probably are
Yeah.
missing on all these, but this team would kill in the Euro League. So that's what Jordy wants.
And that's why that league is second in the world.
Oh boy, there's a pall over us, Gary.
Oh, Leaf's here. All right, I gotta wrap this up soon, but I definitely want to hear from Leaf. What up, Leaf?
What's going on, Rashad, man?
Let it out, man. Let it out. I need to hear a crash out, please.
You're not gonna hear a crash out. My girlfriend and her daughter's celebrating. They just won some bingo money and everything. So, but
Bang.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I know, Dylan. I'm sorry. I'll be honest with you. Listen, I'm not gonna really know what I need to know about everybody until the season start. I mean, Drake Powell is like the missing component out of this. I'm hearing that he's supposed to have just as high as a motor defensively as Carter Bryant. I have yet to see that because he's been injured. As far as I can tell, that Danny Wolf, as of right now, is mainly just a point center. The point forward thing don't really get me. I don't think he's really mobile enough to play the 4. He's most likely gonna play 5 once he starts getting true minutes in the league. Saraf, I damn near almost broke my whole computer when Saraf got drafted. Yegor is probably gonna be the biggest like uh, uh project to me. I think Nolan is gonna be okay, but I think Yegor is gonna be the biggest project to me. MPJ is about to be ready to take about 30 something shots a game, bro. Like I ain't gonna lie to you, cause I don't know what's going on with this Cam Thomas situation. I think he's gonna get some money, but I just don't know what's going on with this
Is Cam
situation.
Thomas going to be back? Is Cam Thomas going to be on the roster on opening day?
I don't know, but if he's not, I know who I want.
Who do you
If he's
want?
Manga.
no, not Kaminga, because they already said they don't want Kaminga, Dylan. So I'm off of that, man.
I don't know because I saw that report too, and then like a week later, I saw that it was the Nets, Jazz, and Hornets that were the most involved in discussions about wanting to pursue
Kaminga.
him. Yeah, so I think that they do have an interest. It's just it could be like let's see how he plays in the season, and maybe we'll trade for him type of thing.
True.
Because if they had interest, I would assume they would have already given him a qualifying offer.
True. Well, I haven't heard nothing on Quentin Grimes. Even Chicago is hesitant about Josh Giddey for some reason. Well, I haven't not heard nothing about Quentin Grimes. Quentin Grimes was looking for 20 something mil, and if you look at what he did last year, it looked like a lot of what Cam Thomas was doing. When KD was asking for trades, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, who knows, man? I don't know what's gonna happen, but everybody in here, they know who I do want, bro. Like I'm just. Like I said, man.
I just saw a comment that said that Amen Thompson isn't versatile. Yeah, man, this is
We got to
Then
start to define what we mean by these
Wow.
things.
I'm going to
Wow.
put it up too. I'm going to give him the attention because this is the same guy that's
He
telling all
isn't
5 of us that
versatile.
dude, he rebounds at will. He's extremely athletic. He play makes, and he's one of the best defenders in the league. If you're telling me that's not
Yeah.
versatility, you're an idiot. And this is also the same guy that's been disagreeing with all 5 of us that are on the panel right
So
now.
And he
okay, but
definitely.
I hate to break it to you. When it's a 5v1 and half of the chat's also on your ass, you're probably wrong. Just give it up.
I mean,
Well, no, because
he
you
probably
guys
could have
all
worded
wanted
that
you
better.
guys
Like
all wanted to sign Cam Thomas, and y'all were wrong about that. And I stood on my own, and I stood correct. So
I mean, sign Cam Thomas to what exactly? I said Cam Thomas 3 years, what 60 million? 3 years, less than that. I wasn't giving him.
let's say 3 years, 60. What are you
Yeah.
doing with him? You can't trade him because no one wants him. So you can't trade him, and you don't want him here. Why am I signing him?
Yeah, well, when you sign him, so you signing him so you can trade him because the money is going to
But
match.
nobody wants him.
We
They
don't
don't
know
want
that.
him. They don't
We
want
don't.
him now.
All
They don't want him
reports are
now. We don't. They.
there's no trade market for Cam Thomas.
Nah, but if you
I
know what,
disagree. I disagree with that.
if he averages, between 20 and 25 a game,
He
even
did
if
that
we
last
tank.
year.
He
He did
No,
been
I'm
that
doing
talking
last
that the
year.
about,
last
but he
two
does it.
years.
But I'm saying, but if he does that for, say, like
20 mil a
75
year.
games,
If he does that for
75
20 mil a
games,
year for 70 some
somebody's gonna
games,
come up. People, it's not that they don't want him; it's that they can't afford him.
Let me ask you a question, LBL. Can Cam Thomas play within an offense, or does he have to be the focal point of an offense?
we don't know that yet. We don't
So
know that
far,
yet.
what would you say if you had to make that
So
assessment right now? What would you say?
if I had to make
I
that
think,
assessment
I
right now,
think he's
I think he needs work
I
playing
think he's
within
gonna
offense.
clash. I think he's gonna clash with that 0.5, or
Yeah,
you know
he
what?
does not
He
fit
might
in that
not.
at all.
No, you know what? He's gonna just his choice is gonna be I'm gonna shoot every time.
I'm going. Yeah, that's what's gonna be his choice, bro. Like, I need to shoot the shot because I'm open. Oh no, I'm not open. All right, I'm shooting it anyway.
Like Tyson Etienne is doing in the summer league. Launch that. Just put it up. Um,
I think
I mean,
there's a versatility to it in the chat.
MPJ is here to do the same thing, gentlemen, bro. Like, I will say that MPJ is going to be catching and shooting a lot, and
but
he's
that's what
going to be.
MPJ's an athlete.
Is he?
Yeah,
Uh,
for a guy that's 6'9",
I
yeah.
mean, he definitely has some athletic history. I mean, today, I don't know.
Are you saying because of the injuries, he's not the athlete? I mean, well, I guess we're gonna find because he was in a different role in Denver, but I would still say MPJ is an above the rim athletic player.
Above the rim athletic player. Hmm.
I wouldn't call him above the rim.
I mean,
Okay,
me neither.
all right.
I'd call him athletic though, more athletic than
No,
Cam
he can.
Johnson.
No, he played in a specific role in Denver. I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
going to cut those strings off, and they're going to let him play. And that's why he's going to average 24 points a game because he's not just going to be shooting threes.
So let me and
I don't know about that.
Texas guys, let me ask you, is he gonna be as good or better than Rashad, who played for Orlando?
Rashard Lewis.
Yeah, Rashad Lewis.
He could be better than that version of Rashard Lewis. The Orlando version, he could be. That's a possibility. In terms of the numbers, but in terms of contribution to winning, I highly doubt that because the Nets are going to be some shit again this year.
Oh yeah, we're
Uh,
not even talking about the winning. We're just saying,
yeah,
can he do what Rashad did?
yeah, he could do what
Because
Rashard did. Like,
he's
look,
6'10", he can
yeah,
shoot,
he could do that. He could do that.
and that's all. And that's all we really need him to do.
I
No,
think
we
he
don't.
was. I think he was
We need
doing
him
that
to,
in
we
Denver.
need him to create his own shot. We need him to get to the hole. We need him to open things up. We need him to run we need to run our offense through him. He's not here to play the same role he played in Denver. He's here to be the focal
Um.
point of our offense.
Yeah. And he's here to try to earn himself another check too, but which is probably not going to happen because
Well, he's
he's
not getting
probably
40 million again, but we'll see.
no.
Yeah.
He's yeah. If the only way he's getting that is if he does something astronomical, and I don't see him doing that. With the way that this
So
roster is shaped
so
out.
so let's say he gets the same. he gets the same takes that Cam Johnson got, the same screens, all of those things. Does he perform better?
Yes.
Probably.
I
He's
think
more
so.
MPJ's
He's
more.
a much better shot creator
MJ is way
than
better
Cam Johnson.
Than Cam Johnson.
Oh, you're talking about Johnson.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, he's easily better than Johnson. It's not even close.
but that's what I don't
Like
understand is
anybody calling him Cam Johnson's twin
I
you
don't
tripping.
No, this twin shit's dead.
I
I don't
don't
want to hear it
I
ever
don't
again.
understand
You're
that
tripping.
though.
People
But
been
I
tripping.
don't understand that there have been a lot of people, like I respect Tim Legler, but all of these guys have been saying, "Oh, they got the better of the deal," and I'm like, "There's no way the Nets didn't get the better of the deal. Wait till they see Cam
They only
Johnson."
saying that because he's playing with Joker, bro. Like, I mean, come on, let's be real.
No, but you know what else? They're also saying that because I bet nobody has watched. None of these national heads have watched Cam Johnson since he left Phoenix.
Uh huh. For sure.
So they're only
What
going.
has
They're only
changed? What
going
has
for that.
changed about his game since he left Phoenix?
Oh no,
Nothing.
what I'm saying is he's still not as good as they think he is, but they think that, oh well, if he's improved, because a lot of these guys they don't watch teams, they don't watch basketball for basketball, they only watch the top 6 or 8 teams, and that's it.
All right.
It's a possibility
I gotta
that
wrap
Cam
this up.
Johnson.
I gotta wrap
Yeah,
this up in a minute. Go ahead, leave. Close this up. I got. Wait,
it's
Dylan,
a
do you want to run with this? You want to close this out whenever you
No, no, we can close it
possibility
whenever.
that Cam Johnson
good.
could definitely shoot way better with Joker. Give it Joker and Jamal Murray playing around them. Obviously, he shot better. He shot great last year. He shot great the last 2 years when he played. I mean, well, for the most part. So I mean,
let
he's a,
me get Nate in. I haven't got Nate on this. I want Nate's take on it. Like, I haven't heard your opinion on the trade at all. How do you feel about Michael Porter Jr. and what do you think his role is and his production is going to be with the Nets?
He's gonna have the ball a lot. I'm excited to see what he can do in more ISO situations, creating for himself. Even though that's not gonna be the offense, but he's gonna be able to come off of more dribble handoffs and create for himself rather than just give the ball back to Jokic and go stand in the corner and be ready to shoot. So I think Nets fans are gonna be surprisingly shocked with what they're gonna see. I think he can score upwards of 25. I mean, if Cam's not here, obviously that changes everything. But yeah, I'm excited to see him.
As far as is he still athletic? Is that all gone with the back injuries, or do you still think he can get past people and score and create his own shot?
I was gonna knock on wood. I mean, if he's out there, he's healthy. That's the case with all NBA players. So I don't really want to hear their excuses. But I don't know. I saw someone just said Cam Johnson is clearly better than MPJ.
do we still need to trade Claxton?
I mean, I don't think it's as easy as you guys are making it seem to be. You got to find the right team to want to take on that contract, who will then in turn give you back an expiring contract. It's not easy to trade Claxton.
To me, well, it's not easy, but the team that I got in mind is Memphis.
But they got your boy. Why would they want him?
They don't. I think he got an injury. I think he had a foot injury. So him and Triple J is gonna be out probably the start of the season. I think, if I'm not mistaken. So, Clax has been fairly healthy. I will say that. I mean, like played mostly 70-something games. So they will want somebody to like be a running lob threat. So I mean, with
He's
John Morant.
he's trying to sneak Edie over here. That's what he's trying to do.
All right, bro. Zach Edey start averaging 25 and 15. I'm not gonna say nothing. You ain't gonna hear from
Oh,
me.
I won't doubt it. To me, I like Zach Edey as a player, so I'm not saying anything
If
negative
there's a
about
world
him.
where Zach Edey averages 25 and 15, Leaf, I'll personally come down to Texas and give you $100.
I don't think I don't think that's enough, man. But I mean, but I'll take it.
What if he averages 25 and 15 for Shanghai? Does that count?
No.
Okay.
That's highly disrespectful, but I'm gonna let that slide. I'm letting y'all know right now, bro. Like listen.
Zach Edey is not that guy.
Okay. All right.
I love the loyalty, guys.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Get yourself a girl that's loyal like Leaf is to Zach Edey. That's all I'm gonna say.
Mandatory.
That's how y'all feel about it. All right. He start going off for 25 and 15. All right. Whatever.
If he goes off at 25 and 50, if he averages 20 and 10, I'll even spot you 5 and 5. If he averages 20 and 10, I will come on here and apologize, and you can host a show and tell me how dumb I am. Is that fair, Leaf?
I think 20 and 10 is doable.
20 and 10 is doable. 25 and 15. Now you on your way to becoming one of the top players at your position.
How many guys averaged 20 and 10 this year?
Let's see.
Probably less than 16.
I say probably less than that.
I say no more than 10.
I mean,
Giannis.
AD, Jokic, Giannis.
You talk about the best bigs in basketball.
Joker.
That's my point.
Joker. Yeah, Joker. I said
Yeah, AD, Giannis, Jokic.
how about Sangoon and
Trae Young considerably.
20 points, 10 rebounds. 20 points, 10 rebounds.
Sangoon and whatchamacallit count? Sangoon and Sabonis?
Yeah, they count, of course.
Yeah, but Sangoon didn't average 10, right?
Sangoon averaged 10. You average
I don't
around
think
it.
so.
I think he averaged like.
Ain't no around. He's either 10 or more.
All right. Listen, I don't know them. Bro. Like, I mean, that's kind of out the element. I could check. I mean, to see.
I'm saying it's no more than 10, maybe 12, but
Who was
after
after 20 points and 10 rebounds exactly?
I can get it. I can get it right here. Hang on. So there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only 10 guys who average 9 guys. 9 guys that average 10 rebounds a game. So how many of them also average 20 points? Giannis, Joker, Sengun, Cat, Tatum. Ooh.
Yeah. That's.
And that's it. So 5.
All right. So.
You know what it is? It's because they shoot so many threes that it's more
I'm
team
looking at the
rebounding.
playoffs here. That's what I'm bugging. I'm looking at playoffs.
Yeah. You're looking at the playoffs. If you're looking at the regular season,
it's more team rebounding. That's what it is.
yeah.
The
So you
guys
got
don't get as many
Towns,
rebounds.
Joker, Giannis. I think that might have been it. Sabonis averaged
just short, 19 and a half. We'll
just
count
short.
He averaged 19. We'll count him.
Sangoon was just short.
Embiid, you have to say.
He didn't play.
He doesn't play enough games. Yeah,
Embiid didn't play enough games.
You gotta be eligible for
Sabonis averaged 19 points and 10 and 14. I will count him because it's close.
What about Anthony Davis?
AD did not during the season. No.
He didn't have 10 rebounds.
He probably didn't play.
No, he did not. He did not.
I thought he made it.
I don't see AD up here.
He averaged 25 and 12, but he didn't play enough games.
That's what it is.
That's what it was.
Yeah, he only played 51 games.
I mean, if we looking at the players that's capable of averaging 20 and 10, there's definitely a lot of players capable of averaging 20 and 10. But I mean, 20 and 10 is doable. I thought 20 and 10 was doable for Zach Edey just off the strength that Triple J is going to be out.
If you're talking about him averaging 25 and 15, you're talking about him being like peak Anthony
MVP,
Davis or close to Giannis. Like that's wild, Leaf.
I don't think that is not for him in the position that he's in. No. The reason why I don't think it is because like the way that they play, he's gonna be intricate. He's gonna be a intricate piece of what they're doing going into the season because they don't have Triple J. Triple J is like they big money guy, but he's gonna be out with that turf toe, so he's gonna be like one of the main guys that John Moran is probably gonna be looking for. That's why I believe it could happen. He could already average 10 plus rebounds, so I mean,
I'm not sure he can make that leap because I mean to 25-15. I think he could do 20-10, but I think it's also a matter of his stamina and everything too, because he's a big guy.
He's 23 years old, and he averaged 9 and 8 last year. How's he going from 9 to 20?
You got to look at the minutes. So like the Memphis Grizzlies, bro. Like they in terms of like
he's
what they
320 pounds. How many minutes do you think he's playing in today's NBA? He's not running up and down the court for 40 minutes a game. How many minutes do you think he's gonna play?
No way.
He could do that in less than 32 minutes, bro. Trust me. He could do that in less than 32 minutes.
All right. I 30, I think, is the most amount of minutes he can play. I don't
The
think he
mo-
really
like
got
I,
beyond
like
30.
most of his points is gonna come off of dives to the basket, and offensive rebounds, and free throws because they're gonna foul him. And he shoots pretty okay he shoots pretty decent from the free throw line as a big. So
All right, we'll see, Lee. We'll see.
yeah.
Well,
This shit
I
is,
mean,
to
either
me
I'm
the
gonna be
shit
right, I'm
to
gonna
me
be wrong.
to me the shit is simple, bro. Like I don't I really don't see why he can't do it, bro. Like, but I mean, if he doesn't do it, bro, like that's fine. But once he does do it, I won't say anything. I'll be quiet.
No, come on. The best part of being right is letting everybody know you were right. So you have this platform to come on, tell everybody you were right. I give you the platform.
Somebody's gonna acknowledge that Zach Edey's averaging 20 something and 15, and then I'm gonna be like, oh, really? He is. Oh, okay.
We're gonna have
All
this
right.
conversation in 13 years, and you're gonna say, "I think this is the year that Zach Edey averages 20 and 15."
I
And I'm
really
gonna
gotta wrap
respect
this
it.
up.
And I'm gonna respect
I think this. I mean, but I think year 2 is perfect for him. 23 years old. Listen, there's nobody there's no Triple J in the way. Well, not that he was in. Not I'm gonna say he was in the way, but you know what? I'm saying he was in the way because Triple J don't rebound like that. He just like to shoot the ball and shoot three, space out, and everything, which is okay, which is good. He could block shots, but Zach Edey is about to go crazy. I'm confident of it.
I'll see
All
you
right,
next year.
I gotta wrap this up, Dylan. I gotta wrap this up.
Sounds good.
All right. The Nets have a preseason game tomorrow. With who are they playing? Orlando.
The Knicks again?
Charlotte? Knicks
Is it the
again. Who
Knicks
are they?
again?
I don't know.
The
I
Nets-
thought it was. I thought it was back-to-back Knicks.
Let me. Are you available tomorrow to go live tomorrow? Who are they playing? Orlando. It's Orlando tomorrow.
What time do we play?
7:30 your time.
Should be free after it. Yeah.
All right.
I might be
6:30
able to.
our time.
I might be able to pop in, man. I'm still on like pre-honeymoon phase, man. So I might be on the pop.
Look. Enjoy that, Lee. If it don't last forever, enjoy that. All right. I gotta go. I gotta wrap this up. I'll probably be
Well-
back tomorrow.
Well, tell Leaf where he's at. He could give it a sign off since he's down there too.
This is the Wabi that keeps making fake profiles, right? That's
Yep.
who this is. Okay. He came in BK's chat. This guy likes me. I don't mind having fans. It's cool.
It's just so fun to see the overreactions and the fact that they'll actually go out of their way to make three to four different accounts.
Like 4 different
it's so
accounts.
fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to
I
you.
love it.
The account creation, how fast the accounts are being created is like that's talent right there. Bro. Like I ain't gonna.
Fun. Like
That's
the fact
zero-
we have that many spam emails is all
Like
It's 0.5 seconds.
in 0.5 seconds, you got a bootleg account ready to go just to voice you. Like how
These people only exist on the internet. Like they don't exist in real life. Like
they don't. They sure don't.
Yeah.
There's no way you spawning that fast in real life.
People just internet too hard.
Yeah, there's no reason. There's no way you spawning that fast in real life and getting rid of the zombies in 5 seconds, bro. Like, there's no way. There's no way. It's possible.
All right,
But,
y'all.
all right, man.
July
All right, folks.
15th, 2025, from Texas to the world. Thank y'all, and God bless.
I do like the sound of that. Actually, I'm all right.
From Texas, yeah.